Hello, Calgary Catholic. Brian Zumlis, your Chief Superintendent here. Today joining me is Dr. Christine Kennedy. Dr. Kennedy is our Medical Officer of Health, and I must say over the last several months we've gotten a chance to know each other fairly well. And on behalf of Calgary Catholic, I just want to extend a huge thank you to all of your support in helping us interpret and understand all of the different health expectations to keep the students and staff safe here in Calgary Catholic. So Dr. Kennedy, what words of advice do you have for the people watching our vlog today?
Well, thank you, Brian, for inviting me today to speak to everyone through the vlog. As we now go into October, being next week, we are entering into influenza season. Now, influenza season is going to be probably quite different than any other influenza season we've ever experienced because of COVID, but keeping in mind the same measures that have been put in place to reduce the risk to both staff and students for Calgary Catholic over the last month or so, and really concentrating on those 5 basic tenets of the control measures. So physical distancing as much as possible, mask wearing, hand hygiene is the single most important and powerful control measure that we have against all infectious diseases, all viruses that are circulating. So that's incredibly important, and I'm really excited to see the next phase, right, of activities and education happening safely and keeping the risk as low as possible for all staff and students.
And it's interesting you mentioned the next phase. So everyone, recently we've been working closely with Alberta Health Services as well as our Calgary Senior High Athletics Association. And starting next week, we're going to slowly reopen athletics in our senior highs. In our junior highs, athletics is still suspended for the moment. But in our senior highs, tryouts can occur, practices can occur. And as we do these things, Dr. Kennedy, what should our coaches be keeping in mind as they work with our students?
It's really important to still, again, keep in mind the 5 tenets of the control measures that have been put in place to keep everyone safer because of COVID. And as long as we're following as much as possible those tenets and those control measures, we can keep the risk of transmission of any infectious disease as low as possible.
You hear that, folks? The 5 things we continue to talk about. Number 1, morning health checks, making sure you continue to wash your hands, sanitize surfaces, wear your mask, and finally keep the space as much as possible. No matter your role or what you do in Calgary Catholic, please keep those 5 things in mind. I want to thank Dr. Kennedy for all of her support in helping us resume education here in Calgary Catholic, and a huge thank you to you. No matter what role you play in Calgary Catholic, thank you for keeping yourself safe and reducing the risk of spread. Have a great day, Calgary Catholic.